This should be an incredible matchup. I mean, both men have extensive offensive repertoires, lasting endurance, and an insatiable appetite to be #1.
And the beauty of this Falls Count Anywhere match means we might just have the deciding fall take place right here in front of us.
The best laid plans often go awry, but the architect has always been able to rebuild and redesign.
Yeah, but it's that reclaiming part at the end of his saying that Seth Rollins often gets tripped up on.
You know, I'd say the Falls Count Anywhere match was popularized back in the Attitude Era, but before that, I remember Pat Patterson and Sergeant Slaughter's famous 1981 alley fight, which many consider to be the precursor to Falls Count Anywhere. Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
As Byron mentioned, the Pat Patterson Sergeant Slaughter alley fight had many of the elements of a Falls Count Anywhere match. Most notably, I'd say, was the heavy weapon usage.
Yeah, that match had everything from cowboy boots to brass knuckles, but more importantly, weren't you born in 1981, Saxton?
Good point.
Corey, we know that Seth Rollins is a top competitor here in WWE, but he isn't without his faults. How can his opponent expose any flaws?
If you had to point out one flaw in the game of Seth Rollins, it's that he tends to be a very highly emotional competitor. Seth tends to get inside of his own head and get distracted from the task at hand. Got the leg.
Bang and screw.
That'll tear your knee up.
You know, Byron, as Corey alluded to, we've seen how Seth Rollins can allow his emotions to steer him in the wrong direction and take his eyes off the prize. Yeah, counter here. And what a reversal from Seth Rollins.
Rollins, so impressive.
The steps connect.
That hurt me just watching.
Seth Rollins playing a little head games right now. He wants no part of the outside.
Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat. Oh boy, he is rolling. Guys, the most important thing for a superstar to remember in a Falls Count Anywhere match is that anything goes. And I do mean anything.
I hope someone uses you as a weapon, Saxton.
Dodges a bullet there. As Byron mentioned, anything goes in this one, which means we're likely to see a liberal use of weaponry here tonight.
Yeah, keep in mind, Cole, the fact that there's no disqualification also means that anybody can interfere, and there's nothing you can do about it.
He doesn't look too eager to get up, and I don't blame him.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
Oh.
He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
The slam!
Seth Rollins in some trouble here, but he's very aware of who he's in there with and what he has to do to rebound.
Well, he's clearly not used to competing in a match like this, and it's starting to show.
This is exactly the opening his opponent was looking for. It wasn't easy to find, but hey, he found it. Finally. Oh boy, he is rolling.
Cover, cover. That was nowhere near a 3 count.
So resourceful.
There's a big reversal by Seth Rollins.
How good is Seth Rollins?
Well, guys, the referee should have it relatively easy here tonight because, as you know, in a Falls Count Anywhere match, anything goes.
Back inside the ring now.
suplex.
If Rollins can keep his emotions in check, he can figure out a way to take this.
Stay down, man.
He wants to do this in the ring.
Hard to argue your take on this match, Michael. When there are no rules to enforce, the official's sole responsibility in a match like this is to simply declare the victor.
Yeah, the referee may only have one job, but I'm still willing to bet he finds a way to mess it up.
Ooh! That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
The cover.
When it comes to falls count anywhere